Yeah, the kitchen light we did is just kind of antiquated looking. So we actually stumbled upon it at Costco, and it was like 40 bucks. And we're like, all right,
let's try it.
We'll buy it. And so we bought it. And I had never done electrical. I did electrical with my brother once, and I blew his circuit. So that was like the extent of my electrical knowledge. And I did that the same exact mistake here. But it's an older house, and there was more wires than there should have been. There was like multiple same colored wires coming in, and you're like, I know the white is in and this one's out. I'm like, I researched it.
The book Brandon gave you help too, actually.
Yeah, my brother brought me like How Things in Your House workbook, and I looked at that and I was like, these don't match this old house's wiring. So let's just take a swing at it. So then we plugged it in, and then I'm upstairs at the breaker box. I'm like, I'm gonna switch it on. If there's sparks or anything, let me know and I'll shut it off. And so she's like, it turns on, and it blew the circuit. And then, so then I took a mental picture of how it was wired, and it didn't look right, but it was just older. So I matched the wiring when I took it apart, and it works fine now. So there's just some extra wiring that is maybe just an older house or older styling of electrical running of the wires or something. Just for fun, it's our first house. So if you go like 10 blocks south of us, it gets a little crimey. And it's getting gentrified and kind of coming up. So it's getting better, but, and if you go, west of us, it's all new and different things. So we're kind of on this cusp of like getting gentrified area, but there is still some crime down south, and we're near downtown, and that's kind of just what happens at downtown. So we just threw up some cameras, and they're connected, and they notify us when it goes off, and they've already come in useful. So we were out of town, and my thing goes off, and there's two guys like in hoodies at like 5:30 in the afternoon, like not walking up to our front door, and you're like, they're just kind of scoping the house out with a flashlight. And so then it's connected to a mic, so it was pretty cool technology. And I was like, get the heck out of here, the cops are on their way. And then they took off, and then the cops came and they searched the place, and then everything looked good. I was more concerned for the cats. Like, I was like, if they break in and the cats escape, I'm gonna be so upset. Like, because like stuff can be replaced. But they ended up working, and you can see on the camera, like, the dude, like, you can hear him saying, like, do you think anyone's home? And it was super creepy. So I'm super glad we got the cameras, but we did get a dog. So I was like, we're getting a gun and a dog, because no. And so we ended up just getting the dog. So now we got a puppy, which has also slowed down our renovations.
Oh yeah.
Because you have to take the puppy out every hour and do all the puppy things and play with the puppy. So it's a lot of fun though, but we're not in a hurry, so it's nice. We always wanted a puppy. We always talked about it. We never had a backyard. We have a backyard. It's probably earlier than we wanted, but
yeah, it just happened.
Yeah, it worked out. It was like, this is helpful for security.
Mm-hmm. It happened so fast. I mean, I started looking online at rescues and saw not even the puppy that we ended up with, her sibling. And I didn't really think about how big she was gonna get.
I just didn't want a little dog. I wanted like a mid to large
40 to 50 pound dog for sure.
I think she's
gonna be bigger.
But she's like part boxer, part hound, part.
I'm hesitant to say husky. I don't know.
Her blue eyes are pretty.
Yeah.
She has a lot of like jumpy husky in her.
She talks back. Yeah, she's gonna be great.
So there's like they're giant custom cement holes that they kind of built out. So by law, you have to have a certain height and opening so that like a firefighter could come in or out with like a pack on and different things like that. So they did that. So that saved us a bunch of money, which is nice. But the one up front was very large. And I didn't think we could get one that's standard, but we ended up getting one standard that ran about $200 or something. So it's a big grate. It's just basically a giant death trap up front. It was like, my mom came over and she's like, I could die. And so we covered it, and it's a metal grate and you can walk on it. And then we had them install a little ladder so you can climb out the window and then up the little ladder and then escape.
I that yesterday.
Yeah. Did some work in there to clean it out because again, they had never covered them. So it was just crap and garbage and leaves and all stuff. So of course, being the gentleman I am, I sent my wife down there to go clean it all up.
I'll say because I was smaller.
So we did that. So that one, and then the one over on the entryway for the downstairs entry is a very awkward, smaller one. So we wanted it to be clear and not great so that they can have some better light anyway. Mm-hmm. So that one was like $300, but it's like a plexiglass instead of like a metal grate. So it's a little more aesthetically pleasing. But again, you pay for it. And then they installed a ladder there. So that one was actually painless. I did a bunch of quotes. They were the best. Some were like $400 or $500. Like the railing, there's a video of the railing. I got quotes for that, and it was like $3,000. And I was like, no, I just want a railing handrail. And like, so I'm gonna go to Home Depot and look at different ones and options. And then I actually ended up buying a railing, two 6-foot railings on Amazon for like $200, and then we installed it. And you're like, someone was trying to charge me $3,000 for this. They're actually installing the awning right now as we speak. That one I got a ton of quotes for, and I think the first one was like $25,000, and you're like, cool, we're not going to do that. And then we ended up going with this company who's under $4,000. It was like $3,400 or something. There's pictures of the snow, which would have been just a pain in the butt for the tenants, and it like a liability because it would have been frozen and they would have slipped. That was just not at all expected. We went down there to paint again because it's in the entryway we started painting, and there's just water in that room, and we're like, so we open the door and then water comes in because the basement stairs go down. There's a drain there that's clearly clogged, and the snow melt from the blizzard we had where we got like 28 inches was starting to melt, and it was just slush and like 2 inches of water and coming inside, and we're like, an awning would have been great, but now they're installing it like the week later, and you're like, Yeah. So we ended up going out there and shoveling snow off these stairs that's not going to get used, so it doesn't fill the basement with water. And
then you got on the roof and got snow off the roof on that side. Oh.
Yeah, the snow melt from the roof was going into the basement stairs, so then I had to go upstairs and up on the roof and clear that. She didn't like that. She was like, you're not going on the roof. I was like, I'm going on the roof.
And then we saw the neighbor on the roof, so then he's like, yeah, I can go on the roof too then.
Yeah. And then I got sick from being covered in cold, wet water and freezing degree temperatures. But we ended up solving that, and then this awning will solve the rest of it. Mm-hmm. So that'll be nice. We're prettifying the window wells too. So we cleaned them out with all the garbage that was in there. She cleaned them out. Little does she know that I went out first and did a pass.
Yes, you did. All right, sorry, fair enough.
I killed all the bugs.
No, there are still bugs.
And then we put like lava rocks down in there, so it's not just like dirt and weeds. Yeah, so it looks a lot nicer. And then when they did the window well, you did like a cement. I don't know how they did, but the cement was spattered all over the windows, each of them. So she shaved off all the cement from the windows to clean them up.
No, they look good.
Yeah. So just make it adding our little touches.
Yeah.